Once upon a time, in a big village in Nigeria, there was a kind mother and her loving son. They were very poor and often struggled to find enough food to eat. One day, as they sat by their small fire, the son looked at his mother with big eyes and said, "Mommy, don't worry. I will buy you a big car like the GLK and build beautiful houses for us." His words filled his mother's heart with hope. She smiled and hugged him tightly. "You have a big heart, my dear," she said. "Even though we don't have much now, I believe in you." As the years passed, the son worked hard and never gave up on his dreams. He studied well, helped others in need, and always remembered his promise to his mother. Soon he became a successful and respected man in the village. He built a big house for his mother, bought her a luxurious GLK car, and took care of her with love and respect. But his kindness didn't stop there. He used his success to help the whole village. He built schools, hospitals, and created jobs for many people. His acts of kindness and generosity spread far and wide, making him a hero in the eyes of everyone. One day, as he sat with his mother under the shade of a big tree, she looked at him with tears of joy in her eyes. "My son," she said, "you have not only fulfilled your promise to me, but have also become a blessing to our entire community. Your power of love has changed so many lives." And from that day on, the son continued to spread love, kindness, and hope wherever he went, making the world a better place for everyone. As the son's reputation for kindness and generosity grew, people from neighboring villages came to seek his advice and help. They called him the heart of the village because his love touched everyone he met. One day, a neighboring village faced a terrible drought. Crops withered and people struggled to find water. Hearing about their plight, the son immediately gathered supplies and led a team to dig wells and distribute food and water to the villagers. His actions saved many lives and brought hope to a desperate community. News of his heroic deeds spread far and wide, reaching even the king of the land. The king sent messengers to invite the son to the royal palace. When the son arrived, the king praised him for his selflessness and asked how he had become such a great leader. The son bowed humbly and said, "Your Majesty, it is the power of love that guides me. My mother taught me that no matter how little we have, we can always share kindness and help those in need. It is this love that has made me who I am." Impressed by his wisdom and humility, the king appointed the son as an advisor to the royal court, knowing that his heart and wisdom would benefit the entire kingdom. Years passed and the son continued to serve his community and the kingdom with love and compassion. His legacy of kindness and the power of love lived on, inspiring generations to come to always lend a helping hand and spread love wherever they went. And so, the story of the power of love became a legend, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, love and kindness have the power to bring light and hope to the world. The son's influence extended beyond the borders of the kingdom. People from distant lands heard of his deeds and traveled far to seek his guidance. His reputation as a wise and compassionate leader grew, and soon he was invited to speak at gatherings and conferences around the world. During one such event, where leaders from different nations had gathered to discuss global challenges, the son shared his philosophy of the power of love. He spoke eloquently about how acts of kindness, no matter how small, could create a ripple effect of positive change in the world. His words resonated deeply with everyone present. Leaders who had been focused solely on political strategies and economic gains were moved by his message. They began to see the importance of empathy, cooperation, and compassion in addressing the world's most pressing issues. Inspired by the son's vision, the leaders pledged to work together, setting aside differences and rivalries for the greater good. They formed alliances to combat poverty, promote education, protect the environment, and foster peace among nations. The son's influence continued to grow, and he became known as a global ambassador for peace and unity. His mother, who had once worried about their next meal, watched with pride as her son's love and determination transformed not just their village, but the entire world. Years later, when the son had grown old and his hair turned silver, he sat by his mother's side once again. She looked at him with eyes full of love and said, "My dear son, you have accomplished so much. and your legacy of love will live on forever? The son smiled warmly and replied, "It all started with your love, Mommy. Your belief in me gave me the strength to follow my dreams and make a difference. The power of love is truly magical." And so the son's story became a legend that inspired generations to come. His journey from a humble village to a global influencer taught people that love, kindness, and compassion have the power to change the world, one heart at a time. As the son's influence continued to spread globally, he remained rooted in his village, always returning to the place where his journey began. The villagers welcomed him back with open arms, proud of their son, who had become a beacon of hope and love for people everywhere. Despite his fame and success, the son remained humble and devoted to his mother. He never forgot the promise he made to her in their days of hardship, and he continued to shower her with love and care. One day, as they sat together under the shade of the old mango tree, his mother spoke softly, "My dear son, you have achieved so much in your life, but there is one thing that would make me truly happy." The son looked at her, his eyes filled with love. "Anything, Mommy? Just name it, and I will make it happen." His mother smiled and said, "I wish to see you settle down with a family of your own, to see your children grow and carry on your legacy of love." The son's heart swelled with emotion. He had dedicated his life to helping others and spreading love, but he had never thought about starting a family of his own. However, seeing the happiness in his mother's eyes, he knew that fulfilling her wish would bring them both immense joy. And so the son set out on a new chapter of his life. He met a kind and compassionate woman who shared his values and dreams. They fell in love, got married, and soon welcomed their first child into the world. The birth of his child filled the son's heart with a new kind of love. He looked at his baby with wonder and whispered, "You are the continuation of our story, the embodiment of the power of love that has guided us through life's challenges." Years passed, and the son's children grew up surrounded by love, kindness, and the teachings of their father. They too embraced his values, becoming compassionate individuals who made a positive impact in their own ways. And so the son's legacy lived on through his children, grandchildren, and the countless lives he had touched with his message of love and kindness. His story became a timeless tale of hope, reminding everyone that no matter how small an act of kindness may seem, it has the power to change the world. Thanks for listening. You are the best.